I've been loath to keep any sort of social media presence for the farm going. So I really haven't. I've started a Blue Sky page one day on a whim, and I've had this YouTube channel for a while just in case, but I haven't really uploaded anything to it publicly. But driving down today on the edge of the next phase in the farm's journey, I decided to go ahead and keep something like a diary, a video diary, because at the very least, it can be something for myself and my friends and my family to reflect on in the future. And I don't see any real harm in letting it be public, because only people that are really searching for information on the farm will more than likely be the ones to come across it. So today is September 29th, just a few days into fall. I'm in the beginning of the farm's second year. Also the second year of drought in the summer. So as you can see here, the creek is not running and is fairly dry. We got about 2 inches of rain last week, so there's a little bit of water just sitting, but none of it's flowing. Luckily, this drought doesn't seem to be as harsh as last year's drought, so things are looking a little greener, and the soil is a lot more moist all throughout the farm than it was this time last year for sure. Here is where Johnny, the farm's traditional Chinese medicine consultant, and I planted 7 pounds of buckwheat seeds as a cover crop to prepare this site for a second TCM herb planting in the spring coming up. And it seems to have taken very well. And it did its job of shooting up before some of these other things come up. This is the buckwheat here. And of course it was a later planting, and so it won't get as tall as buckwheat can get. But that's okay, because it's doing its job, and it's also feeding a lot of pollinators late, which is nice. And here are some of the Korean mint seedlings. Well, beyond seedlings, first year. And they're flowering. Some of them are flowering really beautifully. And next spring, there will be a large seed planting here in this bed to go along with these mature plants to really have it be full of Korean mint. Now, I said that the farm is on the edge of the next step of its journey. And that is because on Wednesday, 2 days from now, I will be selling for the first time ever at a farmer's market, the Athens farmer's market. And that will be the farm's first market and have some of the farm's first sales that aren't to family, with my first sale being to my mom and my second sale being to my brother. And today I spent a little while it hopped away. Saw a toad. Today I spent some hours getting everything set up, or getting everything down about my setup for the market, because you're allowed a 10-foot by 10-foot stall. So it took about 2 weeks to think of everything even that needed to go into the stall, and of course to get it in, to get it bought. And that's really what prompted me to start this diary, was to document a little bit of that process. But this is pretty much what the stall's gonna look like. The logo was designed by Avery at AceNet. She's their graphic designer. And I had to do a little bit of designing on Canva to get the banner the way I wanted it. I asked Avery specifically for a sycamore leaf with a ginseng leaf on top, and she nailed it. And this is her own, this is based off of her own line drawings of sycamore leaves, of a sycamore leaf and a ginseng leaf. And I chose this font because it was a font that was popular the year that my great-grandparents were married. And of course, the Elza is my great-granddad's middle name, and Pearl is my great-grandma's middle name. And that's how I arrived at the name for the farm, because they were the last generation of my family to be focused on agriculture. There are little things that I wouldn't have thought of that came to me over the past weeks of getting prepared. Things like these weights on the corners of the canopy, they're filled with water. I settled on using stainless steel thermoses for holding samples. And of course, I didn't mention the first product, and the only product that's going to be for sale at this first farmer's market is the farm's whole forest tea, which is a mix of freeze-dried maple and sycamore saps, powderized and combined with freeze-dried spice bush leaf that's also been powdered. And of course, the spice bush comes from the farm, and so does the sap. And I'm using the farm's freeze dryer in AceNet's Nelsonville processing kitchen. And I'll be using these little medicine cups to hand out samples of the tea, iced. This bin will have the packages of tea that people can buy. Got a square reader, a cash box, and this binder doesn't have the pictures in it yet, but it will have pictures that show the tea making process and just pictures of the farm in general that people can peruse while they're drinking their sample and asking any questions they have. So I'm really anxious. I'm less anxious now than I have been even a week ago or 2 weeks ago or a month ago. And I'm loosely anxious about several things, but none of them, when I really let my heart dwell on them, are big deals. More than anything, I'm excited to have worked to be in the position to share what I'm doing and these awesome things that the forest can provide. I'm just really excited, and I can't wait. And I think that that anxiety is stemming from kind of being overwhelmed by my excitement. Just checking real quick to see if there are any viable black walnuts. To my knowledge, this is the first year that this black walnut tree has fruited. And I've gotten a few good black walnuts from it. This one doesn't have any holes. Might be good. So I'll de-hull it in the farmhouse and see what's up. I've had to get most of the ones that I've gotten from the ground soon after they've dropped, because even with a ladder and a fruit picker, I can only reach one. All right, I am going to stop this here. Oh, let's see this little one here. What's it looking like? Might be good. Yeah. I'm going to stop this here, and I'm going to go ahead and get myself packed up. After several practice attempts, I was able to get the booth set up in 15 minutes. So I'm moving forward, I'm going to be assuming that's how long it's going to take me whenever I arrive at the Athens Farmers Market or any market after. And from my last teardown, it seems like about 15 minutes to pack everything up is the right estimate to make, 15-20. So this is definitely the first diary entry, but hopefully it won't be the last, and I'll make more, maybe even on Wednesday, before, during, or after the farm's first market.